just how we roll. You know what it.
Let me tell you who I'm rolling with. I am rolling with the Dot Experiment. I don't know if you ever heard of them before, but the Dot Experiment is here to help you with all your cell phone and computer needs. The Dot Experiment is here for all your tech, all your software problems, whether it's the storage full, your laptop won't boot, or you're just tired of your current setup, or you're just looking for tech support. The Dot Experiment is the only way to go. Call them today, 404-259-1343, or you can email them at support@thedotexperiment.com for a free consultation. Don't waste your money buying tech stuff and tech software that you don't understand and don't know how to use. Contact the Dot Experiment, the professionals in fixing all your stuff, man. So before you buy that cell phone, before you get that computer, contact the Dot Experiment. It's the only way to go. I'm telling you, that's how we roll it over here.
A soldier.
Beat red in these. This. Siren, not siren. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but it's on me heavy. I promise it's getting ridiculous after this drop. Do not jump to no conclusions. I don't need these folks in my mentions. No, I'm too solid, gon' keep it a brick. I ain't going back and forth, cause I said what I said. I'm clearing the air, cause I feel it's my place. I gotta jump on the couple folk head. Y'all come to the city, get a feel for this air. And I wanna go home, I know you love what it taste like. But it ain't too far, we had to live up in these trenches. Y'all went back to the birds when they got up on them late nights. Look, we really ran through these streets. We ain't never get a break, so we speaking on Atlanta. I don't play right, but I'ma get right to the subject. Ain't gonna beat around the bush. Answer this if you say you from the A, right? Where's I know you from? What hood did you live? Where hospital bed where you born? Look, I know it sound crazy, but I'm a A baby. I gotta start pulling for card. We had to live in this zoo where you don't make it out, so I don't give a f what they say. Look, if you ain't grow up in APS system, you is not from the A. And you from Gwinnett, rep that pep try to step back. Talking about you from the outskirts, could've killed that. Rep where you from and don't rep where you home. No Air Force climb around the world, know they felt that. Earned out my stripes and I got my respect. The whole city know I'm a beast. Look, if you not from this side and you don't know the facts, just chill and repeat after me. Call that part, it's not Atlanta. Light on you, it's not Atlanta. Nope. Clay Coat, it's not Atlanta. Nope. Decatur, it's not Atlanta. Nope. Gwinnett, it's not Atlanta. Nope. Roswell, it's not Atlanta. Nope. Fort Park, it's not Atlanta. Nope. Lynburn, it's not Atlanta. Look, the North, it's not Atlanta. No. The South, it's not Atlanta. No. You, it's not Atlanta. No. You, it's not Atlanta. No. Big Rudder on to Atlanta. I had to get through Atlanta. I'm talking about the 1, the 3, and the 4, the old, not the new Atlanta. You thick? They gonna be mad about that one. They gonna be beat mad.
It's all about Caribbean International Shipping. That's right. Do you need more information on shipping your items to the U.S., Southeast region, or to the Caribbean? Have you ever heard of Caribbean International Shipping? You shop, they pack, and ship. They also offer residential pickup services. Support our business, like, share, and call. For your barrel shippings, let us know. The number to call is 470-718-9675 on WhatsApp or 770-323-1111. Caribbean International Shipping, the only way to send your stuff to the islands.
Give it to me, do it to me, give it to me. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. The way you make me.
Do you like music like this? That's right, I'm asking you. Do you like music like this? Then why have you not been to Sophisticated Saturday as yet? That's right, each and every third Saturday of the month, we call it Sophisticated Saturdays. Where we keep it at? Caribbeanlifetv Studios. 6254 Memorial Drive is the only place to be each and every third Saturday of the month. So if you want to celebrate your birthday, if you just want to come hang out and have some fun with grown people having big fun, Sophisticated Saturdays is the only place to be. It's brought to you by yours truly, DJ Reds, and my boy, Mr. B. Sophisticated Saturdays, every third Saturday of the month, 6254 Memorial Drive is where the grown people go and have good, clean fun. Every third Saturday of the month, man. The way you make me feel, I'm just going to have fun. I'll see you there. Sophisticated Saturdays. I got you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you might have seen me down, but you never see me out. Keep it moving, keep it pushing, begging better's what I'm about. I'm not here to play with y'all, I'm just here to lay my route. Never care about wasting time, and I'm not about to start it now. Like it's hot, 1, 2, I'm on go. Y'all can try to keep up, but y'all just slow. See, I'm an open book, tell me what you wanna know. I aim for the most high, down on earth, I'm so low. Now, of course, we can talk if you wanna talk some business. Got a lot to say if you got some time to listen. I'm just being me, and that's already something different. If I try and fail, I try again, I'm on a mission. Despite of what you thought, I do my walking as I talking. I ain't never had to ask her back for nothing. If you wanna know the real, then you come and talk to me. Otherwise, turn your face, don't breathe on my energy. If you think you knew me, you didn't.
It's Thursday. Woo woo. Welcome to Candid CoEd Conversations with just me, Pr1ma. It is Thursday and we are late. My fault this week. Hallelujah. Most weeks. Yeah, anyway. 8:30ish to 10ish. Every Thursday night. If you have any questions, comments, topic suggestions, if you'd like to be a guest, if you'd like to be a sponsor, if you'd like to advertise on the show, give donations, any of that, call 678-661-1819. You can message me separately on Instagram, JUSTPR1MA, or on Facebook, PRIMALOWMAN, or call up again, 678-661-1819. All of those things are greatly appreciated. We're going to go through that part really fast. We're going to go through our introductions. What's your name? One word to describe how you feel right now, how your week has gone thus far, and one thing that you're thankful for. And I will begin because we're doing homework here that they didn't get earlier, and we're completing it now. And we'll get to it if we can. And if we can't, then we'll try it next week, okay? So, say your name, whoever you want to be after I go. I am Pr1ma, just Pr1ma, okay? And one word to describe how I feel right now is that I'm excited, as usual. Rushed this evening, but I'm okay. So, and my week has been trying. And some of the residue from last week. So that's why it's still trying. And I am thankful for sanity. Yeah, sanity. Like last week I said, I was thankful for God being a keeper. So I'm thankful for continually being kept. And I am complete. So anybody else jump in, jump out, introduce yourself. Anybody?
I am Yanni Blank. I didn't want to go because I was trying to figure out my week. But I guess it was pretty chill. That's how I feel now. Real chill. Always happy to be here. Thank you. But I don't know. It's a different word I wanted for my week. I was looking for it. But I'm here.
Okay.
And I made it through. It wasn't super bad. It wasn't bad at all. But I know it has a word, and I want to give it. So if I got it by the end of the show,
Okay.
I will
You
share.
can tell us, yeah.
Yanni Blank.
What are you
Chill
thankful
right
for?
now. I am thankful for life, actually. Like, I mean it. You know, sometimes I'm like, yes, I'm just glad. I just want to be thankful and show gratitude so I can get some more stuff. I love life. But, yeah.
Thankful for life.
I'm breathing today. Usually I'll be like, well, it's good I woke up. Yay, they say that's good. But, like, today it was like, all right, I can do it.
Okay. Thankful for life. I agree. Anybody else? Next. Jump in. Okay. Like me. Trying.
Working on a team is kind of tough, you know, and it's for me, it's like I get real passionate about things that I'm doing, especially my job, you know, and it's hard when like what you do depends on others and they don't really care about it as much as you do, so it's like you know, you have to fight for the work and then fight for your work, you know. So yeah, it was a real trying week as regards that, but then I had to remember that, you know, that I'm not in control of everything, you know. So I took some time to myself this week to remind myself of that, you know, and then it made the rest of the week after that period go a whole lot easier, you know. So I'm thankful for just a breath of fresh air, you know, just being able to chill, you know. And right now I feel nice because I've been drinking rivers, you know, it's like the Grenada rum, and yeah, I'm feeling real good. You know?
All
So
right.
like, yeah, that's me. I'm complete.
All right. Trying. Nice. Both of y'all doing the same thing right now, look like.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
Excuse me.
you turn that way. I got a low blood cell count.
Absolutely. You know, you see me right here doing this. Oh, wow. Okay, so my name is Harold Lynn. That's Carolyn with an H.
Okay.
My father's name was Harold. And I guess around that time, Dorothy Dandridge had a lot of influence on people naming their children Harolyn, because that was her daughter's name, Dorothy Dandridge.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Dandridge, it's not Dandridge. And so, you know, names are very powerful, and we should be very careful how we, you know, what we name our children. So when I found out that my name means sergeant, I began to understand why I would have so many run-ins. You know, just with people, my character, not that I try to be controlling or demanding, but that is pretty much my part of my character.
Right.
And my parents did it to me. So, y'all, people, please be careful what you name your children. And so this week for me has been very interesting. I'm a caregiver, and my lady, she's 90 years old, but you couldn't tell her that. I said I need to go ahead and get a TikTok channel and make some money, because she just have me rolling every day, and she's always advising me and telling me, don't, make sure your mind stay good, baby, because they will run over you if they think you is losing it. But ain't nobody gonna run over me. And but we always have a ball. So I get it. I going to work is like comedy hour for me. Pretty much, not unless I'm not just really feeling good. So I'm grateful for the kind of client that I have. So that made my week, you know, bearable for with the things that I've had to deal with. You know, I had been fighting a cold, and which I do apologize, my lady. And so pretty much just a little challenging, but yet bearable, and also very enlightened. I've learned a lot of things just, you know, dealing with my 90-year-old client. I think that's it. She's amazing.
You're thankful
Oh, very thankful. Very thankful.
for.
Oh, for life, for knowledge, because Grandma used to always say, "Baby, when you stop learning, you stop living."
That is true.
So
She did
just
tell
give
us
it up. You don't want to learn, and you can't. If you can't learn anything out of what you experience in life,
that. Don't live.
you're not living. You're not evolving. You're not growing. So I make sure that every little situation, whether it be great or small, that, okay, so what's the lesson? What is the lesson? So, yes, very grateful.
Your turn.
Hi, my name is Roscoe. My week has been long.
Long.
Can't wait till tomorrow for it to be over. And how I'm feeling, feel like I'm floating.
Okay.
Not on the ground, not up high, just a little bit off the ground.
What they call that, hovering or something?
Yeah, I would say hovering.
Yeah.
So don't have a lot of weight, but I do have weight on me. So I can feel the weight, but it's not that heavy.
Floating, baby.
Right. Now
All right, now you're thankful for.
I'm thankful for the playground.
Always
Good.
thankful.
Hey. All right, y'all. We did our introductions. Do y'all know that today is National Cereal Day?
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Why we didn't bring cereal?
Well, I didn't know if everybody wanted cereal. We could try again next week if you want to. But National Cereal Day. So, what is your favorite cereal?
Cookie Crisp, Cocoa Pebbles,
Cocoa Pebbles
and Cookie Crisp.
and Cookie Crisp. Okay. And what was it? Was that as a child too?
That is today, yesterday, before I was here.
What's the
Say
name of
the
the
name
cereal?
of 'em
The
again.
past life. Cookie Cookie Crisp
Cookie Crisp.
and
Oh my
Cocoa
God.
Pebbles.
Do they still make Cookie Crisp?
Yes,
I'm
I got some in the,
surprised. I
in the
remember that
in the car.
years
In
ago.
In the house.
cabinet.
I haven't seen them in a long
That
time.
is so funny
either.
because a lot of people like, what? They come to my house like, what kind of cereals you got? And I love like, and Special K. They're like, your
The
taste
strawberry
buds
one?
are straight
the regular
Special
Special
K.
K. I like the strawberry.
Dude, it doesn't even, what about, but they say Frosted Flakes. Like, I mean, they cool, but I like
Special K. I like
K.
Special K, but I like Special K.
Everybody
with the
hates in
strawberry
checks. Love it. They hate my selection. What'd you say?
Nothing.
Caucasian.
That's good.
Okay.
That means I don't have to share.
Right. Okay. As a child and now, if you was to pick cereal, what
Well,
would it be?
now it's chocolate Cheerios. Chocolate
Okay,
Cheerios
okay.
is off the chain.
Okay.
It's very delicious. And as
Yeah,
a
different
child,
flavors.
Sugar Smack.
Yeah.
Sugar Smack.
Okay.
And what was the other one? It was like Sugar Smack. It was very similar. Anyway, Sugar Smack.
I remember Sugar Smack. Because it was a sugar bear.
The Sugar Bear.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like cereal that much, but if I was to eat cereal,
Grits.
I would choose. Yeah, I do like grits, but I'm saying like box cereal. But my favorite cereal now, if I'm
Wait,
counting
don't
all
tell
of
me
that,
box. No, go
would
ahead.
be cream of wheat.
Yes.
I love cream of wheat. and nobody can make it like my mom. And since she was
Right.
gone
I was just
forever,
about to say that. I
you know,
eat grits
hey.
all the time because I go to Waffle House.
Right.
But if I could have cream of wheat and
Yes,
my mommy
Lord.
can make it, then
Yeah,
I'd be straight.
my mom. So but I eat grits. Like cold cereal, I would choose. If I didn't have a choice, I would choose Honey Nut Cheerios. I would choose
I
Honey
didn't
Nut
know
Cheerios.
grits was considered a cereal.
A hot cereal, grits,
Yes.
oatmeal,
Cream of wheat.
arena, cream of wheat, like that. So, what's your childhood? Oh, wait a minute. My childhood was, I liked Captain Crunch.
Oh,
Captain
yeah, I forgot
Crunch.
about Captain Crunch. I forgot
And
about
I
that.
liked
Lucky Charms.
honeycomb.
Honeycomb.
Yes.
Yeah.
My favorite cereal was
As a child.
as a child.
Yeah, it was.
My favorite cereal period, as a child, as an adult, is Fruit Loops,
Mhm.
Honey Nut Cheerios, and Sugar Smacks.
I like sugar smacks. But that one my
That's the one with the
favorite.
bear?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the one with the bear.
Okay, your turn.
Growing up, I liked cornflakes with like sugar. I used to make it like frosted
Frosted
flakes,
Flakes, yeah,
with
yeah.
sugar.
Mhm.
Just
Oh, these
put a
like
whole
Grandma
bunch
done
of
did
sugar
that
on
with
top.
us. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, but I like cinnamon toast crunch. That's like
My kids love
Yeah.
cinnamon toast crunch. Okay.
And I didn't like a lot of milk in mine because to me it make it soggy.
Soggy.
I still don't like a lot of milk.
It depends. Sometimes I like to let them
Soak
sit
up.
a little bit.
No, Fruit Loops, once you let those soak, you can
Even
drink
my
it.
Captain Crunch because it was just too crunchy.
And what's the one with the all different, like the hearts?
Lucky
That's
Charms.
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms.
Yeah,
yeah.
I did. Yeah.
I like
Get
to
outta
eat
here.
Raisin Bran dry.
Okay.
To me, Raisin Bran can be ate like a trail
Trail
mix.
mix. That's what I like because it's like trail.
Yeah, I mean, I like Raisin Bran
You can
too,
eat
but-
Cookie Crisp dry too. Cause
Yeah,
it's
you
just
can because
cookies.
it's just cookies. That's true.
But we were talking about the favorite. Those are the other cereals that I would eat.
Right.
Okay, and March is National Women's Month. Yay, Women's History Month, right? So sometime during this month, we're going to talk about women's history. But one thing I did see, it was
Tomorrow's International Women's
yes, International Women's Day. But today is the month, the whole month, started March 1st, is the Women's History Month. But tomorrow is International Women's Day. It's National Women's Month, just national. But tomorrow is International Women's. So what was you going to say, Yanni, before I go on? No, say it, for real.
Nike got a discount on some wax sneakers for International Women's Day.
Say it so everybody can hear.
Nike has a terrible discount for Women's Day.
Oh, tomorrow?
Yes.
Did you say white sneakers?
Nike.
Oh, okay, but I thought you said Nike had white sneakers, but
No.
just sneakers, period, tomorrow.
The ones they like showcasing. It's just
Oh, cool.
upsetting.
Fun fact.
Okay, tell us the fun fact.
Tomorrow's my mom's birthday.
Oh,
Wow.
on National Woman, look, on
International.
International Women's
How
Day.
cool.
That's cool.
How cool.
So she's a bad girl. She's a bad girl. She's a bad girl. Y'all know this song?
I was trying to catch it. Yeah.
Okay, Riz. So, what I heard for Georgia history for women, is a lady, and I forgot her name, but y'all can look it up. Anybody. She was in Duluth. Her and her husband moved to Duluth when she was 22 years old, a Caucasian lady. And her husband wound up dying at some point, but she became the first female mayor, Birch or Burke, the first female mayor in Georgia. And she was voted in Duluth, and she had something to do with Snellville, Lawrenceville. You know, she was trying to, how she was voted in, let me say that. How she was voted in was because it was more women in Duluth than it was men. And she was voted in, I think, in 1920-something, in the 1920s. Okay, and she died in 1947. However, how she got in was because she was a Christian lady, and the women said they would vote her in if she got rid of the bootleggers, the wrestling, bootlegging, and anyway, they were rough. They were rough, the men, and they were taking over. So the Christian women got together and said that if she, I guess promised to clean up the area, then they would vote her in. And they voted her in. When they had fights and wrestling matches, typically before she became mayor, they would just let them sleep it off at night and then let them out of jail the next day. But for her to clear up the area, they called, they said she needed to get rid of the demon rum, which was the bootleggers, the demon rum. So they got rid of the demon rum. She got rid of the demon rum and cleaned up the town of Duluth. And she has so much property that she donated part of it for like a historical purpose in Duluth that's still there. She has a house that was refurbished, like redone for modern times. But her daughter, before she died, women back then, it was no hospital near there. So since it was no hospital, she was familiar with childbirthing and how to take care of a newborn and all that, kind of like midwifing, but they didn't use the word midwifing. But she turned her second floor in her home into a medical facility, like for moms and for mothers, to teach them how to deliver babies, help each other deliver babies, and how to care for their newborn babies. And her great-granddaughter and a historian, they're the ones that do the tour of this house. And her daughter was the one that took over remodeling the house and making it so it's a historical site, the technical terms, but making it a historical site so people can go and see this place. So y'all look up Miss Birch.
Carol, Alice Strickland.
Look, I didn't give a whole number.
that
But I think, her granddaughter's name was
Harrell.
Birch. I think hers is Harrell Birch or something. Okay, so yeah, y'all see it. Let me see the picture. Y'all got a picture of it. Let me see if that's the lady I saw while I'm telling my story. Yeah, that's her, Alice Strickland, y'all. And I thought that was great because it shows how awesome women are and the things that we do, and how important we are in the world, because we is kind and we is smart and we is important. So I thought that was a great historical fact. So every week,
I'm gonna go tomorrow.
Y'all got rid of the moon.
and that's right, in Duluth. Yeah, it was in Duluth. And then, like, if you look, they had a paper, an article, and it showed, like, Lawrenceville, Decula, like, so I guess it expanded to those areas. So, what I have more homework for y'all. So, my homework is that next week, y'all come back with a historical woman. Can y'all do that?
Yeah, Madam C.J. Walker.
Yanni Blank.
Oh.
No, we have to tell a story about somebody that we never heard of.
She just really impressed me.
C.J. Walker, you're here. But we've heard of her. Like, so we're trying to find, she's awesome, she's awesome but we're saying, we're trying to,
Got you.
Brighten our horizons.
Right, correct. Bring some more. Oh, I got some deck of cards of history.
Okay, we'll bring some. Just pick a card. I'll give everybody a card, and then it'll be a woman card.
Right.
Okay, cool. All right, so I wanted to tell y'all that.
Oh, that's in Tennessee.
Oh, dang. Okay, never mind. Okay, now, talking to Mike, they can't hear you here. Look, but she was trying to whisper that one. Okay, so, have y'all heard about shrinkflation?
No.
No? Okay, shrinkflation is where you notice how the bag of chips are getting smaller, but the price is going up?
Right. Okay.
Or like how the boxes of cereal.
Yeah.
They're getting smaller, and the boxes are going up. So have y'all noticed anything different, like those of us that go to the store and,
Yeah, it's
things
so
they have
funny that
gotten.
you said those of us that goes to the store, because you would like assume everybody goes to
Yeah,
the
but
store.
everybody don't.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
You haven't noticed anything
No, I
has
noticed
gotten
all of
like
that.
quantity lower,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
the price has gone up. Name
Yeah,
something. Anybody?
Everything. Gum.
Yeah.
That's funny you said that. Right, it's
Gum.
50 cents now. Up a little small bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
for example,
It used to
the
be 25 cents, right?
Yes,
The
Big
chips,
Red,
them big
you know.
bags barely had anything in them anyway, so
Air.
they're making the bag smaller to save on the packaging. Maybe.
Right. And the price
And
go
more
up.
air, because air is free.
That's why I said the air.
Exactly.
Right.
What about
Everything.
Cars.
I was trying to say, think of something. Y'all got to tell us something that y'all have noticed. Like, you're like, dang, the price done went up, but it's like a whole lot less in here.
The eggs, well, the eggs is not less, but
Right.
it
The
seems
price.
like it is.
Yeah.
Because money is
Right.
more.
Steak.
Steak is
Yeah.
getting smaller.
Nah, I mean it's getting more expensive.
More
'cause,
expensive,
like,
yeah.
You could go to the supermarket
Which
and
makes
get
it
like
smaller.
Yeah.
a nice like sirloin
Mm-hmm,
cut for like $10. But now that same cut is like $18-$20.
That's what I was going to say. At least $18.
Yeah, for the
The
same,
ground beef, the ground chuck.
Yeah, the ground turkey that went up.
Even ramen noodles, they used to be cheap. They done went
Correct.
up. The hell?
Even Arizona.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that
they
too.
used to be 99 cents.
It was on the can.
Yeah, and now they done went up. Ain't that something?
I've been to the store though, and it'd be 99 cents on the can. They'd be like 167. Like, absolutely not. It's $1.
Right.
It's on the can. Like, you can have it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like old stock.
I'm that
They-
one.
they
I'm
just
paying
didn't-
there.
right,
I'm
like,
only paying 99.
Right.
I went to the
your
store
dollar.
to buy a
You
drink.
can.
And what about the sodas, though? Like, the bottle of sodas now are like $3 and some change for
They
one.
were.
Well,
$1.
for Dollar Tree, I mean, Dollar Tree is they're still holding true. You can
Well,
get,
now they ain't even no dollar no more. It's $1.25.
Dollar Tree, they about to say they're not
Dollar
holding
Tree, so
true.
that's
They are the
shrinkflation.
dollar. It's
Right,
dollar
$1.25 store.
$1.20. Right.
And up. Because, certain areas.
Tree and up.
Right. And look, in certain parts, the Dollar Tree stuff is now $5,
Right,
$3,
$3 and
$4.
right.
Yeah.
But the soda, the 20-ounce can of soda that in the regular store it
It's
would
$3.
be $2 something. Right, you can get it for $1.25. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But you know what? It's a difference. The shelf life, the expiration date,
Oh, and Dollar Tree, so we getting the expired stuff?
They-
About to expire.
about to expire because like people who do vending machines and stuff like that, they had to take that old stock out, and they had to the drivers of the trucks, like say Coke or Pepsi or somebody like that. That's how they get paid. So if your store is not moving it, you got to try to move it somewhere to move that inventory.
Well, I like Dollar Tree.
It's kinda
$1.25 tree.
It's kind of like an outlet.
Okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with the outlet. You can surely get party favors and cups and plates and stuff like that. Okay, so Have y'all seen the Publix commercial? I love Publix commercials. They always good. But okay, the Publix commercial. I love this commercial. Do y'all watch TV? I hardly ever watch TV.
I'm a streamer.
Oh, okay.
And
so,
now they sell. Well, I'm sorry, but now they're selling like extra fee, like pay $2.99 for ad free. I'm like, no,
Right.
you're gonna give me ads. Great. I miss the commercials. So I'm
Have
like
you
jealous
seen
right
it?
now. Like I'm like really interested.
You know what's funny? You know what sold cable TV when it first came out? You could watch TV without commercials.
long time ago.
Now cable got too many commercials.
They do.
Hey, have y'all ever paid attention to this? When a commercial come on, I flick through all the channels, and commercials come on at the same time.
About.
Oh yeah, you're right about that. You are right about that.
Yeah,
Right.
I guess they have a format. Okay, so I heard on the I think it was the radio somewhere radio.
I got a playlist.
Oh no, it was radio news. What? How many times did you call your parents, or do you call your parents? My parents, anyway. How many times do you call your parents in a day? Well, how often? Not in a day. How often do you call your parents just because? Not because you want something,
Every day.
but just because. How often do you call your parents?
Every day.
Okay, every day. Okay,
Every day.
every day. Okay. Carolyn,
Well, I used to call my mother more frequent.
how
than
often do you call her now? Just because.
once a week.
Okay. How often do you call your parents?
I would say 3 times a month.
Okay, and how about you? Yuri?
Not enough, but my mom always out having fun.
So if you was to
Yeah,
put a
what
number
time?
on it.
Keep in touch. Probably like 3 times a week.
Okay. I was watching it's a podcast a clip that I saw that Ryan Seacrest was on, and he said he calls his mom like 3-4 times a day or something. So the ladies was dogging him like, "Oh, you're a mama's boy. You call," because it was the ladies on the show too, and they was like, "You call your mama that often?" So it was like, we're gonna do a poll on how often do you call your parents, and then they went to they said, how often do your kids call you, just because, like, so over there you got a grown child.
She don't.
How often? For nothing. Hey, Mom,
Right.
what's up?
For nothing.
That's a hard question. Okay.
Yeah.
No, ma'am. It's always when they call, I know it's because they need something.
Okay.
That is it.
Over here.
Mine's only call when they need something.
Okay.
And my son called. If he called twice in a week, he priming me to get something.
Exactly.
So when they want
So you
something.
think, oh, okay.
For nothing, probably like 3-4 times a week.
For nothing.
Yeah, we just,
They just called to say, "Hey, Daddy."
yeah.
Okay, well that's good. My children, they used to call for something. But like every so often, but years ago, every so often I had to train them because I'm a female and I have 6 sons, and I am a person that'll call just because, and I called my mom just because I was intentional about that, because I saw how some other people called my parents just because they wanted stuff, and it didn't seem like it felt good to my parents, so I'm the one that calls people and be like, "Hey, it's their birthday, it's mama's birthday tomorrow, don't forget to call," or "What do y'all want to do for the birthday?" or "It's grandmama, dad's birthday." I call to remind everybody this is their birthday. So, for my sons, in particular my grown ones, as they got grown, like, it ain't, "Hey, Ma, what you doing? I need you," or "Can you," or "Will you?" And, I had to tell them, "Hold up. Like, you need to call and ask me how the hell I'm doing. How are you, Mom?
Right.
Like, what are you going through? How did you feel today? Like, and hang up. And if you wanted something, you could call me back 2 days later. You know what I'm saying? To say you wanted something, but learn how to just check in and see how I'm doing and see what's going on, because it shows concern. It makes us feel like we're appreciated versus taken for granted. Because and I tell young people that all the time, because especially now since I've lost my mother, a lot of people, you don't realize that when your parents are gone, they're gone. You know what I'm saying? You don't get a do-over. They ain't coming back. You know, they're in the spirit floating somewhere like Tinkerbell, you know, like I had to explain to my little ones. However, they're not here in the flesh for you to hug, for you to talk to. You can't pick up the phone and say, hey, will you, I need your advice. Can you, like, it's gone. So take advantage of it while you have it. Because it is not the same. If you had a decent parent, it's not the same once they're gone, for sure. So all of us are about the same, you know, children calling for sure when they need something. And I have a 15-year-old and an 11-year-old, and they do better now because I got them early. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just call me when you want some money, or can you go somewhere and can you do something? Ask me how I'm doing. Just like I call and say, hey, what's up? How you doing? I love you. Have a good day. I send text messages to my grandkids and my children and just say, I love you. Have a great day. Be your best. Do your best. You know what I'm saying? Like, show up on purpose. Like, so as adults, although we're parents, we're your parents, we still need encouragement. We still need love. We still need stroking. We still need to know that, you know, you're concerned about us, because oftentimes when they get grown, young people, our children, are caught up in everything else. And your parents you take for granted, and it's an afterthought. But don't take us for granted, because we ain't going to be here forever, okay?
Well, I just like to say I am part of that problem, because I'm the parent that no matter what my children do, even sometimes, you know, with them disrespecting me, I easily forgive.
I forgive.
And no, I didn't say you didn't.
But I correct also.
Right. Well, you know, that's where I dropped the ball, because I'm like, okay, my children, they need me, and I just, you know, just want to be there for them. And so now I'm getting the tough end of it, because I've been so easily to forgive and jump when you need me. So now my daughter, after I had sacrificed and missed work for 2 days, when she having this baby, cutting the umbilical cord and videoing it so she could see it, you know, the baby coming to the world. And then when Mama needed her help, I said, well, you know, Mama got this bill every Monday. Can you just kind of stick your neck out just with this one time?
Right.
Where's your husband?
Oh, where yours at?
Exactly.
That'd be me with my children.
Exactly. And
they get amnesia.
That took the cake right there. And I was like, I said, Mo, you know your mom always have your back. So you doing this one little favor is really helping you. It's going to help me to continue to have your back.
Right. They get amnesia.
Right. And when I let her know that I didn't appreciate it, she gets an attitude with me.
Yeah. That's called reverse psychology. They think we were born yesterday.
And now it's like she
right.
don't want to talk to me, and she knows she got this baby. I said, that's okay, that's your baby.
Right.
Don't forget it.
She might be like, that's my little cousin, but I can tell y'all this. It's a whole lot of rich young folks right now, because they just got their taxes, and till them taxes gone, right. Then they're gonna need us again, right? Oh, okay. All the parents out here, just hold on.
Wait.
Look, just hold on.
Wait for it.
All the cars, all the clothes, all the hairdos and nails. They
it
fresh
don't matter,
right
though.
now.
Tax time or not, they coming back.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying all of them got this.
Right, but right now,
this air about them right now. When I'm talking to other people and you're watching these young folks, you're gonna see these cars on the side of the road in a minute. They got this hair done this month. It ain't gonna be done next month because they done went through it.
Right.
Nails done
because the braids cost about $500.
Right. Yeah. And then they're gonna be back to normal. That's all. That's all. But for me, I love my kids and I forgive my kids. But I have had to tell my children before. I'm gonna try to keep it a little clean, not a lot clean. But if you treat me like in the street, I'm gonna treat you like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna people you how you people me, because if I allow you to treat me some type of way, then you gonna think it's okay. And if you
Right.
weren't my child, I'd check you. So let me go on and correct you, because whether it's me, whether it's another adult, like I try to shelter you from things in the street, but when you're a child, but when you're an adult, then I need to show you, because people in the street ain't gonna be nice to you. People in the street ain't gonna cater to your bull. And although I love you, and in the hurt, it can be heartbreaking, but I went through a lot of that stuff young, and I went through some of that stuff because I have sons, and you know, when sons start getting a little pussy, they lose their mind. And that was my experience. So I was able to check some things when they were young. Cause that right there is temporary. And you're gonna need your mama when you come back to time. So
That's how it be.
they winded up having to come back, you know. So yeah. Pussy make the world go round. It does. You know, but don't forget the one you came from, okay?
Amen.
And then from that, you know, now it's a little different. So anybody else on the children?
Well, I
experiences?
have a daughter, and I had the same talk you had with her, and she turned around and was like, you know what? I don't think you love me. I think your love is fake. It seems like you try too hard when you say that you do care. I was like, bitch.
Right, that part. Look, that part.
Yo, whatever. That's all I had, like, whatever. Just
Your daughter's
a
a
girl.
girl. My daughter.
You know what the problem is? I think we didn't beat our kids enough.
That part.
Yep, I think so,
Because we
too.
got whoopings.
We should-
Exactly.
we
But the
didn't-
bitch know.
Yeah.
She
they
know.
Yeah.
Because she might have said something to me one day, and I say, and she was gone.
She saw you step back.
When I looked at her, she was running. All I heard, I like, yeah, that's smart.
Right.
That's smart. That's all I had.
Right.
That's
And
smart.
see, we was crazy enough. We knew not to run.
Okay.
Because that's going to make it worse.
Well, what about
when I
that?
catch you.
When I catch your ass.
So I think the problem is, because all of us had that problem. I was talking to a young guy, well, they was 25, just 25 years old. And the thing they was talking about is like they was in middle school. And they were like, hey, yeah, you know, one of the guys like, I got on some $200 shoes. So I said, hey, man. And what's funny, these four little young guys, they all was dating this one girl. And they didn't know about each other. So all the older guys said, man, they like, the four little young guys was trying to say, this one, what I'm saying is to show their mentality. The young guy, they were like, yeah, man, you know, da-da-da-da-da. We were laughing because, man, that girl played all y'all. And so that's the mentality. Even though they are older now, but they still act like they're in middle school or elementary, whereas when we were 16, 17, we did stuff wrong. But some of the decisions that these kids are making now at 21, they don't have a clue. You know, we went there, suck our teeth. You wouldn't think about running from your parents.
Don't even roll your eyes. Don't battle them.
Okay.
Don't.
Yeah,
just-
so
I sucked my teeth. My mama slapped the hell out of me. Well, I had a busted lip, y'all. Like, she had the quickest backhand. And she wasn't big in stature, but she was big.
was your
Trust
mama.
me, right? She didn't play no games.
No, she
So-
didn't. Your mother sure didn't.
None.
because I, you know, they real sporty on the phone.
Yes, Lord.
So, you know, and I got a feeling I'm going to have to tighten my son up. You know, they just think they can call and you just do what they want when they want it.
Try to check you.
Tell me
And then
about
get an attitude like you owe them.
Right, that is called entitlement.
Entitlement. Mm-hmm.
Oh
So,
my God, my kids got it back.
When I see him, I think I'm going to, like, push his eyes in the back of his head just to show him.
Look, how about the
Shit,
young
we talking
person?
about
the young
it.
person,
You know
right?
what?
Just provide me. Look, the young person said. This young person said to me that because y'all generation had to buy y'all own cars and y'all had it rough. Y'all should buy y'all children's cars and make sure they have this, that, and the other because it was so hard for y'all. And then want to talk about their counterparts, you know, the lighter persuasion, who their parents buying them cars and their parents paying their bills and their parents doing so and so and so and so. So y'all need to get on the bandwagon and do the same thing. And I told that child, I was like, you can't be for real. Like when we were young, we wanted to get out of our parents' house. We wanted a job. We wanted to buy our own car. We wanted to be out of our parents' house so they couldn't tell us what to do, so we can go and come
Right,
as
so
we
they
wanted
couldn't tell us what
to.
to do.
I'm grown. Like I remember my mama when she was fussing at me on the phone one time. I was like, why the hell am I listening to this? I said, Mom, I pay my own phone bill, honey. I went through this when I was in your house, but I ain't got to go through that right now because you telling me, and it wasn't, she was telling me how I needed to make this decision. And I'm like, okay, mama, but that may have worked for you, but that's not working for me. I'm in my own place. I'm doing this, and then. And I was like, honey, I'll call you back. I'll talk to you later. Click. She called me back, and I was like, mama, I ain't finna. Then she was like, oh, I'm still your mama. Don't get it twisted. All right. But I just said, mama, can I hang up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, I'm grown, but I paid my own phone bill. I'm in my own place, but we still had a level of respect.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But these kids want to be in your shit.
Like you
And try to tell you what to do and
like
give you
you
an
their
opinion. You ain't
child.
got no damn
Come on.
opinion. You get an opinion when you out my house. That's when you get a vote.
Right.
Come on.
Like, I let you live.
Right?
But I can say, y'all, I do not have girls. But and this may sound bad. I have all sons, and I can tell you, my sons are different than the people that I know that have girls. The people that I know have girls, they daughters get them hell, they mamas hell, and they get their daddies hell because they get away with it. But they mamas, they give hell, and I know several moms that have had to put hands on their daughters because of that. Sons are like this. They gonna, okay, ma, okay. You know what I'm saying? They gonna go about their life. They
Sons are
ain't
not
finna
gonna
be,
buck on the mother.
yeah, they don't do that.
But for
so
some
I ain't
reason,
have all that.
and the mothers are worse on the boys with the talk and the nagging.
We're gonna talk to you for
That is
5
just-
hours.
That is a straight to the point. You know what I mean? But the boys, they just listen to, that's water.
Like I said, like
Like
them,
a spray
men,
bottle.
you know.
It's like you spraying them with a mist. But I'm telling you, those daughters with a daddy, and you can't just punch your daughter.
Yes, you can.
Cause your daughter,
My daddy didn't know. He was just switching.
but
A switch, but I'm saying he did something. Our daddies did something.
We definitely got.
I got a whooping.
I remember I put my daughter and son out the car, and like we was by the access road on 85. They said, "On all I love, bruh."
Bruh. Who did
I'm
that?
gonna-
Bruh.
Look, doing their hand like that. I said, "Hold up." I said,
Oh, this that generation.
I just pulled over. Said, "Y'all need some air. Step out a little bit." Oh, bro, I'll be all right. We'll see. Since you made like that.
Right.
So to me, I think, I'm thrown off anyway. I think we need to be like the rest of the God's creations. Push them out the nest. When a kid get teeth, start teething, they need to go.
OMG.
You going to jail.
Listen to me. Out of all God creations, the human being is the only one that hold on to their darn
You right.
offspring. And
That's
these-
how God made it, though.
and the human beings are the only thing that's out of order.
I don't know. Roscoe might be right.
When they get teeth.
I know a wise man told me when he had all his grandbabies, because all he had was girls, but he started having boys, grandkids. The grandkids were the boys, and he was so excited. But he said as soon as they came home, he chucked them up in the chest and said, "Look,
It's my house.
I'm the boss." And he said he never had problems out of them, but all the rest of them little split tails, he said they give him hell.
That's it.
They give him. So I mean,
Think about
that sound about right.
Out of
Because I
all
should
God-
have kicked mine out.
Harold, you come on, help me out, Harold. Out of all God creations, the human beings the only one throw it off. So I think we need to change it. Well, as soon as they start teething,
Whatever's on Adam.
when they come off of breast milk,
Look, 'cause they're pussy
They gotta
over the
go.
world.
I always wanted to be a seahorse.
because, and I think the world will be a much
You
better
want to be a
place.
seahorse?
Yeah.
I'd be
world-
a panther.
The world would be a much better place
Seahorse
if I think we push them out
Get
early.
them in the
I agree
babies
with
and
that.
they leave.
Push him out earlier.
Not
in
soon
this
as they
generation.
Teeth, not as soon as they
Look,
teeth.
she said that's
All right. I was when he said that, I was like, it's gonna be a lot of mad mamas. This. Ain't nobody gonna take my baby with no teeth or a little tooth. I gotta see it grow in.
Listen, don't worry about that. You be all
saying
right.
But
like
the
with the
moment,
babies, you know, the animals, they gotta
they
teach
can
them to
talk
fly.
back,
Throw 'em out.
whether that be 7, 8, 9,
I was about to say,
the moment
8.
they can talk back, oh, okay then, you're gonna get your job.
Anybody
Get
gonna
your
hire
job, and they got too many jobs on the line now. You,
But not for a
She ain't
7-year-old.
putting a 7-year-old to work.
these 8-year-olds
Child labor
now,
law.
You right, they smart.
Yeah.
TikTok. They can get a
and
job
look,
with TikTok.
the little same guys who we talked to, I said, man, how you a
And get
player?
paid.
You 25 years old and you stay with your mom and dad.
Right.
And talking about they got
player.
cars with their mama car.
So look, so
and
I
daddy
said,
car.
he said, I got 2 cars. I said, well, you were like me when I was younger. I had 2 cars at 16.
And I was
Alright.
out at my mama's house at
And I had, I didn't have insurance in my mama's name. I had a fake insurance card.
I did too.
But we did what it take, but it wasn't in our parents' name.
$700 for a fake insurance
All
card.
right, so
But now
Now,
and then they
talking about now.
look, they just showed a young,
35
they just
years
showed
ago.
a young boy, and I got
Let me
nephews
get my license.
and cousins that are in his age range. All of them living in high-rise apartments in Buckhead and everything. And this boy was one of the biggest drug dealers. So I said, that explains how they able to live the way they live. You know, if you look downtown, the average person down there 19, 20 years old.
That's right.
Where they getting the money to pay $4,000, $2,000, $3,000 for rent every month? They ain't getting put out.
Right.
That's
They ain't
what
got
they all
no.
said.
They ain't got no degree, no skills. Ain't none of them doctors, lawyers. It ain't that many of them.
A lot of them didn't even graduate from high school yet.
So my thing is this: whatever they doing, because we did what we do.
Absolutely.
But the thing, what I'm saying to these guys, I'm like, he said, yeah, I got an Escalade and a car. I said, so that's your mom and dad's car? Nah, it's my car. I said, who go get the tag? He said, I go pick it up for my dad. I said, what the insurance cost? I said, so if your dad say get out of his car, ain't nothing you can do about it. I said, we didn't grow up that way.
Oh, didn't, honey. My parents were like, you
they
grown.
got a genie. What's that commercial?
Yeah.
Take this one bill and give
Oh
me
yeah, she give me 10,000 bills. Then all of a sudden, she rubbed it in. They
$2
turned
million.
it bill, but it was a man instead of a
She
dollar
said,
bill.
she said,
I ain't mean that bill.
I meant the,
Right. It was a man
gotta
bill.
get cable.
that cracks me up every time.
Right. So I was going to the Publix commercial.
Right.
So if y'all look it up. So this Publix commercial, I think this is awesome. Just having come from a blended family and watching blended families. It's a little girl. It's the public commercial where the little girl, her mom married a guy, and when she married the guy, her friend is like, "Hey, this is from your mom and your stepdad." And instead of her calling him dad or stepdad, she calls him
Bill.
Chris.
Oh,
His name is
oh,
Chris.
it's Chris, yeah.
She calls him Chris. So she's like, "Oh, thanks, Chris."
Yeah.
So the
Oh, that's
stepdad
a-
looks kind of, the dad looks kind of disappointed, the stepdad, but the wife, the mom, she grabs his hand like showing support, like I appreciate you, because he doesn't say anything. Then it shows him later on, she's a little older, and he's in the kitchen trying to teach her how to cook, and she spills the milk all over the place, and he said, that's okay, and she was like, okay, Chris. And then she gets a little older and she's laying on the floor doing her homework. So he's in the kitchen and he's doing something with the mom. And he was like, she's trying to study and she's trying to remember the answer. And he was like, you got it, Grace. You got it, Grace. You got it. So she's laying with some carrots on the floor and all this stuff. And she was like, okay. And it's still like, thanks, Chris. So she goes away. She at graduation, you know what I'm saying? So she's at graduation now. And she was like, I want to thank my mom and I want to thank Chris. You know what I'm saying? So then they had dinner or something, and she's in college, and the boyfriend, it was like, oh, well, how did y'all meet? You know what I'm saying? And the mom, she's doing all this talking, but she's still addressing him as Chris. And they showing him at the table eating when they first meet or whatever. So then it's a wedding day.
Right.
And at the wedding day, the daughter, Grace, she's in the room and she's getting dressed and her mom is helping her do her hair and she's looking in the mirror and Chris comes in. And when Chris comes in, he...
she got to give her away.
Right. He got to give her away, evidently. So he's standing right there and he's looking at her. I didn't even get that part, but...
Right.
Okay. I didn't think about that part.
Right.
But what I thought about was... He stood right there and he just looked at it. And now it shows him where he's aged. He has the gray hair, the gray mustache, because he's been there since she was a little bitty girl and he's always been Chris for 20 years.
Exactly.
So that day when he was like, he said, wow, you look beautiful. And then she turns around and she was like, Thanks, Dad.
Right.
And it was like he just melted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that commercial. I
He
love
was
that
waiting
commercial.
for 20
Yeah, he was
years
20 years
for her
hear
to call him Dad.
Right. And the mom stepped back. And the mom, you know, she sat on the bed, you know what I'm saying, and she just observed. And it probably did her heart good too. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm always analyzing something. But I thought it was a great
what I take from it, because I got a step. I'm gonna tell you what I take from it.
Disrespectful, though.
I got a stepfather.
It is.
I got a stepfather, and when you're a kid,
What's disrespectful?
He stayed Chris for 20 years.
After he done did all that.
But
for
I
her.
missed
see,
Chris.
no, it's not disrespectful. I'm gonna tell you
His
why.
name Chris. Clearly, he wasn't her daddy.
Right, so it's not disrespectful.
But in the
Mr.
commercial,
Chris,
He was
would you
being a
prefer
dad
that?
the whole time, though.
That
He was
have
being
nothing-
That
dad
ain't had
the
nothing to
whole
do with
time.
her.
That ain't got nothing to do with her.
well, I don't think it should
Oh,
have
it had
just
something to
been.
do with the mother.
Oh, yeah.
The mama
Th-
could have said
definitely.
something, but
Yeah.
I don't think it.
No, listen to me.
But it wasn't from her
I
heart.
have been in
It
them
didn't
shoes.
come from her heart.
Listen to
You
me.
been
Yes,
in
it did.
the stepchild shoes.
Yes, listen. I have a stepfather,
Okay,
and
but you
when
have
I-
an active dad.
right.
We
I
don't
have
know
a-
that on
listen
the
to,
commercial.
but listen to right. Don't nobody know all that. But I have. I had a stepfather.
Okay.
And you know, as you growing up, kids going through that, separate parents and all that,
Mm-hmm.
they tend to kids like I got a dad, I got a mom. Can't nobody take their place. All right.
Correct.
Well, as a kid mature and realize what that person is doing for them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this person is, and then looking back, my dad ain't here today.
Okay. Exactly.
So
Mm-hmm.
now another special point in my life. This man been at every special point in my life.
Right.
The person who is my dad hasn't been there,
Right.
but he got to let that child get to that point. So he did his part by kept doing his job
Right.
He did,
as a man.
and I like the commercial.
And when that child got to that point, that child. So it don't mean all that back time when she was calling him Chris. He don't even remember that. He remember on the day he remembered that day she called me dad.
Right.
So now he walk around the yard like he a big rooster.
That's
You
right.
know what I mean? So
I like the commercial.
that's a good commercial, and a lot of people don't pay attention to that commercial because I like it too.
I like that
You know,
commercial.
people like the Geico and Mayhem commercial,
I don't like the mayhem crap.
but that commercial, a lot of people miss the message.
Publix have a lot of good commercials, y'all. Y'all
And
should check them out.
People don't think
I didn't
about
know that was
that,
a
but you had to wait till that child get to
With all
that
the
point.
food, the
She
kids,
wasn't
the
disrespectful.
cooking,
His name is
sitting at the
Chris.
Right.
table.
Exactly.
yeah.
His name
Okay.
is Chris.
And you know another thing about you know what's crazy about
You can't
stepfather.
force them, but
You know what? But you know, stepfather
his
and
pain.
stepmother. Only time you're not a stepfather or stepmother just because you married
Right. You
The
is
child.
my daddy or my mother, whatever you is.
husband. You're a
not-
you know,
that don't
no,
sound
listen.
right, though.
Stepfather.
That's how it is.
A stepfather and
that's
a stepfather and stepmother is only
step
when the
in.
other parent dies, and you step into place as the mother.
or
Just 'cause-
absent.
right, or absent, or for whatever reason.
I call them bonus. Like
Yeah, it could be a bonus
and
So,
parent.
bonus sister,
know-
bonus brother.
That's a whole mouthful to have to say.
I had
Oh,
that experience.
this is Ray Ray. This is my mama boyfriend. My mama new husband, cuz like you know what I'm saying? Like it's just a whole lot.
Like,
So
for instance,
This is my bonus father.
like for instance, I don't introduce my girlfriend's sons as, "Hey, this is my girl's son." I say it's easier for me to say "son" than to sit there and that's too many other words.
that's
You
what I'm
said
saying. Like a
bonus.
mouthful. Like you just gotta
This is
go
my
through.
bonus son. My bonus
No.
Like she
daughter.
said,
My
Chris.
son.
I don't say bonus son or none of that. I said, and I talk to them
That's
all the
sweet.
same.
Bonus.
So to
But
me,
it's a whole mouthful when you gotta go through.
I don't. To me, all that going through saying, "This is my wife, oldest son. This is my wife, third son." That's too much extra. Hey,
Right.
look, when we came as a family. We're gonna leave as a family.
Right.
So that's the bottom line. But a lot of time, society put these titles on stepmom and all that kind
Yeah,
of
I
stuff.
don't like step. Step
Nah.
sounds so wicked.
What
Did
was
nobody,
you gonna say? You
did
like
nobody know the Brady
Cinderella?
Bunch was still step kids, did y'all?
No.
The Brady Bunch.
Did you know that?
I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah, I knew.
I mean, they said it on
in
the
the
show,
song.
on the song, right? But I mean, they didn't treat them different. Like they
Right.
didn't seem like they were treated different. I wasn't treated different as a.
Didn't he
We
come
have
with the
to look
boys
at the
and she
movie.
came with the
Right.
girls?
He had the boys and she had the girls.
Yeah, and when I met my ex-wife, she had a son. So I had a stepson, and for years he'd always call me Yuri. And except for when I picked him up at school.
Right.
Like when I pull up outside the school, he'd be like, "Hey, Dad, hey, Dad."
Right. Because it makes them feel.
So the first time he
Made
did it, I
him
didn't
feel
even turn, and then I thought it sounded like him, and then I looked and it was him. I was like, "All right, come on, man." It was so funny to me.
Right.
It's like, but I get it though, because even with me, like, I didn't have a stepdad. I grew up with my dad in the house.
Right.
And if another man told me something outside of the house, I'd be like, "Yo, you're not my father. You can't talk to me. Like, you can't talk to me like that, And so I get it, And
Have
even
you seen
with
the commercial?
Yeah, I seen the commercial, and
what you
it
think about it
reminded
when
me
you
of
see
that,
it?
and it made me laugh,
Yeah.
But it
So if it
just
was
showed.
your daughters.
It just showed that at the end, how much she appreciated him being there, because like.
And how he felt. How do you feel
how
like
the
he
kid
felt
feel.
watching?
Like I had like my son. I still call him my son, but years after his mom and I were divorced, he told me that I'm more of a father to him than his real dad.
Right.
And I was like, yo, I appreciate that compliment and all of that, but I think you need to talk to your dad and tell him how you feel now. You know what I mean? Because that's important. But but then it's like, when I think about it, I was there. I was there for him. Even now, like something's wrong with his car, he's gonna call me before he calls his real dad.
Wow.
Because I was gonna say, to me, I feel like it doesn't make, back to what you just said. It really doesn't make a difference if he had his dad or if his dad, like the conversation is the conversation, but who's present is who matters the most. And I'm gonna say that from. My daddy has been my daddy since as long as I can remember, right? But mine's is kind of different because I found out he adopted me when I found out when I was like 9 or 10, but he adopted me when I was like 2. So all my conscious life, he was my daddy until I found out I was adopted because I found some documentation. So cool. But when I found out when I found the documentation and I'm giving this explanation, I'm trying to find out from my biological dad why you weren't present, but it was no follow through. You know what I'm saying? He had all these excuses, so he still didn't wind up being the day in, day out dad. Where the daddy who was in my house with me that adopted me, that was daddy, even when I was like, your son, who was like, "Oh, well, you can't, you ain't my daddy," how you said you would be to the man if it was another man outside. "Oh, you ain't my daddy, you can't tell me that." For a moment, I was the same way with my daddy who raised me, because when I met my biological dad, he was the hype man. Like, "Here's your daddy, he's my blood," Wind up having to apologize to the daddy that was there every day. And that daddy was the one that was there at Christmas programs, at my cheer, at my doctor's appointments, when I had my first baby, when I got married, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's the daddy that was there. So although this daddy was in the background doing whatever, so if he had told me to have a conversation with this one, if my everyday daddy had said, "Have a conversation with your biological," which he never told me not to. He was just like, "That's y'all's relationship, he did the best he could." He was making excuses for where the daddy that was the sperm donor was like, "That nigga ain't your dad. It's my blood that's running through your veins. It's for me. I'm the reason why you living." So, but my endearing feelings, all that, is for the daddy that raised me.
I'm gonna tell you why the daddy who adopt you did that. Once I adopt you, you mine. We ain't talking about another nigga.
Okay.
So, but out of respect, to me, the link is the mother. The mother said, "Hey, this man stepped up and took on you." No matter what type of person your sperm donor, or whatever you want to call him, was, out to explain to the kid, because
My mama didn't tell me nothing bad about. She just said it didn't work out with us.
Right,
And I went on with my life.
Right.
And you can have your own relationship if you choose. Once I found out.
Once you found out, but the way you found out made you start acting out towards your adopted dad.
Because the biological was the hype man.
Because naturally you're gonna gravitate to your biological father.
You gonna try?
You're gonna try until they show you
who they are.
Otherwise,
right.
Then you'll understand why you'll understand the situation. But it's hard for an 8-year-old or 10-year-old, 12-year-old to understand that. Because, like, I'm sitting back thinking about some things that me and a little shorty go through. But it's funny to me because I know how intelligent he is. I just got to wait till he reaches to the point to recognize everything.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't keep putting the blocks for the foundation because it might rain today and it might wash away a little bit. You just pack it back and keep building. So you act out because once you find out, hey, this dude ain't my daddy. Quite naturally, you're going to go with your daddy or your mama or your sister or your brother because that's that ride or die instinct. As you grew older, you realize, like you just said, he was there for my first baby. He was there for my wedding. He was there when I used to cheer and all that.
So you could have did that commercial.
So things like that, but the grown-ups got to wait till you reach that point and not change up because that's when you have a whole big mess.
I was going to say that you just said that and something that you just said. I think I said something about this before, but with the daddy that's my daddy. I call my sperm donor biological. I call him by his name. But the daddy that raised me, I remember after the biological hyped me up, because, as a little girl, of course I want the love of my dad. Like, why weren't you here? And, why, he had all these excuses and reasons why. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, you're my daddy. And so he's telling me all this evil stuff, but he didn't tell me that he didn't show up for the adoption. He was like, they didn't tell me. I didn't know that as a kid. You don't know that that's not the truth. You just believe in it because you want to believe it.
Right,
so
want to.
Right. And I remember writing a letter like this, probably 6, because it was front and back. So I'm going to say 6 pages of, you're not my daddy, you lied to me, you ain't supposed to be whooping me, you ain't, like I wrote all this, and I've always been good with words. Like, y'all, I've been good with words, right? So I wrote all of this, and how I know it hurt him, that's probably why this, now that I'm thinking about it, that's probably why this public commercial is like everything for me, because I remember, I could have wrote that letter when I was like 10, but I remember I had my baby at 16, and I asked my daddy meaning the one that raised me, that adopted me, that I call daddy. I said, hey, daddy, can I have some money to go to the mall, go to Pr1ma Mall? And he was like, yeah, go in my wallet. So I was like, okay. And he was going to watch the baby, whatever. So he was like, go in my wallet and get the $20 or whatever. So when I went in his wallet, you know how men's wallet have the plastic that you put the pictures in? So I saw this plastic. I'm telling you, I saw the letter folded up real tight, but I saw where my handwriting had bled onto the plastic. So I was like, ooh. And it was little like this in the picture part. So I was like, this look like my handwriting. What is it? What daddy got in mind? Like, I didn't know if it was a report card, schoolwork, whatever. So I unfolded it and I read it or whatever. And I was like, ooh, girl, ooh. And I remember the teacher told me, Pr1ma, you don't use your words. You need to write your words, because when you write your words, you can erase it. Mm-hmm. But if you say what you want to say and say how you feel, then you can't take it back, because I was bad with my words, good and bad. However, she was like, erase and you can start over, right? But I was bad in that letter. So I cried and I cried and I couldn't believe it. I felt bad because my daddy, my sperm donor daddy abandoned me at this point. You get what I'm saying? So my daddy was there, my daddy that adopted me. So when I read the letter, I remember ripping the letter up. I cried. I threw it in the trash. I felt bad. I felt embarrassed. I felt ashamed. I didn't want his money. I put that money back in that wallet. I went outside because he was doing something in the yard, and I went outside and I was crying. I was like, Daddy, I'm so sorry. And I said it, and he was like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And I was like, I saw that letter in your wallet. And I said, and I'm sorry I hurt you. And he said, I didn't hurt you. I forgot about that letter. And I was like, you couldn't have because it was still in your wallet. You know what I'm saying? Like, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm telling you, y'all, I felt horrible.
Wow.
I felt horrible. So that might be why the Publix commercial is heartfelt, because
You didn't
this
call him
man
Chris.
waited. I call him daddy because that's all my life. But just watching him, how you could, like, you have to see the commercial.
You throw it off like
in
that.
in the commercial, y'all, you could tell he was disappointed
He
every
aged.
time.
Hold on. You lucky she didn't say,
Understand.
what are you talking about?
Right. I'm talking about Willis. So yeah.
And he's
so
at
anyway.
age now.
And then he aged. He old. Like he old.
almost
He got
100
gray.
years old.
He got
Go
gray
get 100.
hair. He got gray hair.
Go get her
When she
cup.
finally called him dad, and he was just like,
Finally.
finally. You know what I'm saying?
You know-
The patience that he had. He never seemed angry, but every time he seemed hurt. Like he seemed like he was gonna be hopeful, because she was like, thanks, and he was like, Chris, and he would be like, oh,
Hey,
thanks, Chris. Oh. And then that day when she was like, Dad, then he was like, ah.
you know, I'm gonna give you,
sounds
I got a
beautiful.
story similar
I'ma
to
send
that,
you that then.
but not as long. I thought,
I know
like,
you
for
ain't
instance-
talking about long jokes, sir.
No, but for instance, I played football, and the football team I was on was undefeated.
Oh, wow.
Nobody-
Was on it.
No, the whole team, we was tight. Nobody ever got past the 50-yard line who played against us. So when I played, they didn't have the painted fields. They had chalk.
You have helmets?
Yes, we had help.
Okay.
You
So-
ain't no dinosaur.
So if you know anything about football, you kick, you run one way. Well, the other team never got a chance to make it past the 50-yard line, so the other side of the field was never used until we kicked and went the other way at halftime. That's how good we are. My stepfather was at every game.
Wow.
All right?
Wow.
So I'm just telling you how it started. Like, we was into model cars. So if I got a certificate at school, he bought me a model car. It's not because I asked for it. He said, hey, he bought me my first BB gun or something like that. Radio, TV for my bedroom, things like that. Stuff that most kids don't pay attention to. And so he got me involved in the activities that I probably never thought about. So when I got married, so let's fast forward. When I got married, told my dad about it and everything, that you need to, for the rehearsal done and everything. When I graduated from high school, my dad didn't show up. When I graduated from college, my dad didn't show up. Anytime I accomplished something, my dad had never showed up.
Biological dad.
Biological father. So my stepfather will always show up, no matter how late or nothing, and never said nothing, never like crazy, you da-da-da-da-da, no fussing, none of that. He just showed up. So when I got married, I had a rehearsal dinner, and so he was there with his tie on, everything. He showed up. He showed up to the wedding. But what was strange, it's not like my father didn't know, because all my aunts and cousins there, and they were like, yo, Dad, I don't know what to say. So I asked him, bro, you didn't even show up. He said, I didn't make him feel like he was my daddy.
Oh, shit.
That wasn't, right. That ain't my place to make you feel. That's not my,
Child.
Oh, my God.
you know what I mean? So that right there then let me know that that's something you had to deal with.
Right.
And what's your relationship with him now? Your
That's
stepdad.
sad.
My stepdad is just like my dad. I respect him. Now, my dad was the type, hey, he trial and error. Go get the car. Don't wreck the car. My stepfather, you got to read the book. We're going to do a quiz in the house.
Right.
Everything, you got to read a whole dissertation or a documentary on it before he do it. My stepfather going to give you a book on whatever. How to walk up the driveway. You know what I mean? How many steps does it take? And he's that type
You
of
gotta
person.
love it, right?
All right. My father type, get your ass up the street. All right. So then, you know, of course, my father, because he's my daddy, you just want to gravitate to daddy. No matter how jacked up daddy is, but it take you to mature to realize this dude throw it off. Yeah, you my daddy, but I didn't pick you.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
You know,
That's good.
that sounded
Exactly.
harsh.
No,
missed the
not
little,
to me.
I still got his phone number in my phone, the little throw it off joker and stuff like that. My brothers and sisters and everything. But once, a lot of time, step parents don't get their flowers to after the guys reach a certain point. So just like me and Pr1ma were discussing a little situation about one of the kids. And I can hear it in his voice, the conversation we had. I said, man, you doing it, bro. Now you where you supposed to be. Now you don't fall off. First of all, I was proud that he saved the money to get him a car. You know what I mean? And now he bought his own. What if he bought a lemonade? He could have bought some Chick-fil-A lemonade.
Right, whatever.
It's yours.
You did it.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
It's yours. If your car don't run, go out there and wash it, save up some more money, get it running.
Period. Yep.
It's
Right,
yours.
Right.
So,
That's right.
and can't nobody take it from you. You know, man, you did it. You bought you a piece of junk. That's your junk.
That's it.
So, a lot of time, kids got to get to that point to realize. They might come back 5 years, 10 years later and say, you told me so. I never thought it. And a lot of time, as adults, we got to be patient. Now, with them daughters, I can't handle it. My daughter get on my last nerve. Because there's no win with her. You know, it makes make a daddy feel like he in a relationship with two women. He just only sleep with one. Because you have to worry about them more than you have to worry about the one you sleep with. And the things you know, I hate to say it, I'm just giving you for example, my daughter don't do this, but my daughter is the type will call me and say, Dad, you know where I can buy some good weed at?
Oh, my God.
Or my daughter is the type will call me and say, Daddy, you got some extra bullets. Now, my son won't do it, but I hear about it after he done shot you.
Right.
Or the boys, you'll hear about it once you get a phone call from a jail. But my daughter say, hey, Dad, I'm finna go shoot this person. And,
Wow.
that's just how and don't care what I think.
She Aries
I mean,
like me
you
too.
my daddy. I'm being honest.
I'm gonna let her go. She Aries like me, so she's gonna tell you.
Like, for instance, I could talk to her tonight. I said, what you doing? Out walking the dog. Because she live in a certain area, she feel like she's safe. But I'm like, them the widows. I feel comfortable if you walking in the projects. I just hate to say it, the ghetto is the best place to be for us. Okay. And I don't mean that in a
I know what you mean.
in a crazy way. But my daughter is the type, I'm good. Even with all the boys growing up, I got more videos of my daughter in crowd fights than
Wow.
all the boys. And I asked my son, I said, what was you? He said, Dad, I was trying to stop him. And my son does MMA. He said, Dad, I don't go to things like that because I know what's going to happen. I don't want to be in a situation like that. But at the same token, like I said, them daughters, maybe y'all mama can help us out. You know, y'all beat them up or something.
But
I just want to
so let
jump.
her jump in right
I just
quick,
want to
so
jump
what's up?
tracks real quick. Y'all know tonight they're supposed to be debating President Biden. And first of all,
Yeah, Nicole
What?
is out.
Right.
Nikki hey,
No, I
what
thought
else
it
she
was
out?
presidential address.
right, the president.
It wasn't a debate tonight, was
Oh, I
it?
thought not debate. I'm trying to say
The address.
The address. Well, but didn't Trump say he wanted
He wanted to do a debate.
Was it? I thought that was tonight.
No.
That wasn't.
But he wants to.
Right. First of all, what right do a 91 felon
Ho.
person?
He don't have 91 felons.
Yes, it is.
No, he doesn't.
He's not convicted yet.
He's not
That's what I'm
convicted.
saying. He's just
Oh, he has 91 indictments.
right. He ain't.
That don't
he
count.
ain't convicted yet. You know, you innocent until you.
See, Helen, you
proven
pretty,
guilty.
you
Oh.
pretty bright. And I tell all my friends, they think that, they say, I got friends say I'm a Trump supporter. I'm not. I support the game. If you ever been a hustler, if you want to get what they getting, you got to play the game.
Play the
It ain't about color. Listen to me, Harold. Think about the wording. They say Trump cannot run his business for 3 years in New York. They didn't say he had to sell it.
Right.
They didn't say he had to close down.
Right.
Listen to the wording.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now he
When you
flipped
come
it.
back, we taking pictures.
He flipped it back on funny.
Yes, already. Right.
He flips it back on funny.
Serious. We stop him.
They questioning her judgment. How you work for the state and you got $60,000-$70,000 just to play around on a vacation? Your income is not that much. What state employee makes $600,000? So have you been taking cases that you getting paid off for? Now they digging back in your closet. So
Well, she done saved.
So when you mess with big dogs,
Wasn't bad still.
then you say you being threatened and you move to Clay Forest Park, East Point, and then you say it, and you leave your parents in the house that you say you was threatened at. To me, you gotta listen to. I listen to the words. I don't look at color of the person. All right. When they said he had documents that at Mar-a-Lago in a bathroom. Okay, let me finish. I'm gonna let her
She
run.
ain't finished her statement.
Okay. All the people that ever been in high position had documents. Joe Biden had stuff when he was a senator, a state representative, whatever he was before he was president, in a garage behind a Corvette.
Vice president.
So when you in those positions, you have rights to everything, and a president can classify it as, he can make it classified or non-classified. And if I take it home with me, and now since I'm out of office, the new president said that's a classified document, that could be very much true. But as of right now, it wasn't classified when I had it.
Okay, let her finish. Because we got to go, y'all. Doggone
Well,
it.
you know what? I
Told y'all I'm gonna
thought.
get a check.
Well, the reason why I brought it up because I
The
thought
backyard.
that Trump was asking for a debate with the president.
He does want one.
But see, that's like him really trying to validate his position
He is.
by demanding that. But don't the president still has? He doesn't have to if he doesn't want to. Correct.
Nobody has
He
to.
doesn't have to, but it wouldn't look right if he didn't. So I'm sure he would. Because back to what he said about playing the game, you got I got to show up.
Do you think that that's going to win him more votes?
Who?
Yes.
If Biden.
No.
I think who's gonna be the president is gonna be the president. I think it's already set. I don't care how many of us vote.
You think it's already set?
I do.
Yes.
I think every time it is.
And so do you know every country know who they want to deal business with? The 5 biggest countries got leadership like Trump. If Trump was in office, the war in Ukraine would be going on.
The war would be or would
Wouldn't.
not?
Would not. Think about it. Tell me, was it any? It was world peace. Remember how bad they said Kim Jong-un was? Trump and Dennis Rodman over there hanging out with him.
Right.
That's like me hanging out with Snoop Dogg and Bishop Long. Oil and vinegar and motor oil. Come on. And
I see that because when Trump was in power, he pulled America out of NATO, and that was a big deal, right?
Yeah.
Well, who's supporting Ukraine? NATO.
Right.
And America went back into NATO
Yep.
after Biden took power.
I'm just tripping on why we spending all this money. Why we spending all this money for war, and we got hungry people over here.
That was the
We
big
got
deal
our
of him
homeless
pulling
people
out
over
of
here.
NATO.
See-
Like he was saying, why are we spending all this
Right.
money
And just
on
think-
war? You know. So
and
when
think-
he cut out of NATO, they lost a lot of funding.
Right.
So now that they back in NATO, that's how they can get all the arms across there, and that's why the war still happening.
And think about
What's
it.
gonna
This a
happen over here with us?
curveball.
If we-
This a
everybody over there
curveball.
fighting all our money go over there. Who gonna do it?
When your ears are in the street, you know how they say all these boys got these guns that shoot rapid? Well, it's a Glock. And that's the only, okay, that's the only gun you can put the switch on. And that's the gun that the military use. Glock is it's an American-made gun. And they are locally here. So when they saying these boys are committing all these crimes, they first, I can make a gun, and how I get my gun out to the world, I give it to the military first. Then once the military go to war and use it and improve it, now those same guns are pushed to the streets.
Wow.
All right. They had a guy that just started making ARs, and he was donating them to Ukraine. How was he able to be a licensed gunsmith? Getting paid. Now, after all this blow over, he gonna be one of the richest arm dealers in the world.
Y'all look at all these hackers. Y'all
It's
look
all
at
about
the movies,
money.
look at the shows and stuff that come on. They show us that they use who they want to use to get done what they want to get done.
Just like the insurrection, they said
Reds.
True that.
nothing. All right, only thing Trump
It ain't
said,
gonna be
y'all
this
can't
time.
find
What you
me
talking
some
about?
more votes.
Reds.
Now that was unethical, unprofessional. But show me where I sent Miss Blank an envelope down to Waycross, Georgia, for her to give me some more votes.
Next week we talking about the 5 love languages, y'all. So y'all should tune in. Also, you know what I'm saying? I'm
I
just
just
so
asked.
Reds can listen. No, we can still talk about
Right.
it. You know,
We gonna talk until the DJ cut the lights off.
Right. So next week we all took a test, a quiz, and I think everybody's finished. But we're gonna screenshot our results so that we can talk about our 5 love languages, like what comes first for us, from highest to lowest. So y'all, you know, people that's not calling in, scared to call in, looking, watching tomorrow, you know, when y'all watch, please call in next week, 678-661-1819, or message us on the app to let me know what your top love language is, or from top to bottom, the 5 love languages. Do the quiz, y'all, to see what you really want in love and relationships. So we're going to talk about that next week when we have Kimmy and Joey back also, supposedly. So hopefully they'll be here. We miss Kimmy. Kimmy wasn't feeling well. She was supposed to start her show yesterday. She did not because she was hoarse. And Joey had something else going on, so he couldn't make it. So we miss y'all.
We miss you.
We miss y'all. So
we
hopefully
definitely
next
miss
week.
you, Kimmy.
And hopefully next week she can
Y'all get
start
me
her
hyped
show.
y'all up.
I know. So we're gonna let Harold say something.
Why did the insurrection had to take place with Trump if he was so supportive of the U.S.?
No, this.
Why the insurrection?
So you gotta think
January
about it.
6th?
Hold up.
He just want to be in control. But
No.
I have something else for y'all. Y'all, let's do this. Hashtags. Because this was fine to me.
He didn't tell those people to do that.
Yes, he did, indirectly.
No, he did not.
Okay,
That's
so
what I
look at these
thought.
hashtags.
Look at the type of people that was there.
Look at these hashtags. Oops. Look at these hashtags. Right? Can y'all see them? I'm going to give y'all a hint. Family and friends, right? Y'all see that? Mm-hmm. I guess we'll do it next week because Rez finally came back to us. We appreciate you, Rez. Like I kept saying, okay, Rez, it ain't on us tonight. Okay, Rez. We're going to save these to next week. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate Rez giving us extra minutes. But we tried, didn't we, y'all? We tried.
I told
You
y'all
gonna
to
make 'em
show
watch
up
it?
for the rally. I didn't tell y'all
Sure.
to tear up the place.
He said show up for the rally. He did say show up for the rally. Trump did.
See,
and he
listen
gave
to the words. When you
subliminal
go-
messages.
When you go to court, they say be mindful of the words that come out your mouth. Like, you know, because we black people, y'all talk
He
slang.
was inciting.
No, y'all talk slang. It wasn't no hillbillies. It wasn't no rednecks up there. Those retired postmaster, chief of police, secret service, all type of people there, the professional people up there who was getting pensions from the government showed up there. It wasn't no little backwood, teeth missing out the head, monster truck driving boys up there.
Right. True.
So there was some people that knew what they was doing when they showed up, who got nice homes, all that kind of stuff. So the thing is, the problem is, I don't knock no race for standing up for their people. We don't stand up for us.
True.
Like people make the fuss about the statues. Okay, keep y'all statue. We're gonna put one beside y'all. I don't care if we put LeBron James up there.
Yep.
Whitney Houston, Bobby Brown. We're gonna put our statues up there. Name our schools after our people.
Right.
My name was school with Just Prima.
Jane
I'm
Brown,
gonna make a school.
Jane Brown Elementary.
Just Prima
Right.
Elementary.
You know what I mean?
We
Right.
teach it
We
life
get
skills.
mad because they named their schools after a Confederate soldier. Name our song after Flavor Flav High.
Okay.
Just
Flavor
Prima
Flav
Just Prima
High.
Elementary.
I like that one.
Just think about it.
Okay, now we stopping.
No.
Because Red's back and he got our music going. All right?
R. Kelly
Thank
summer
y'all
camp.
for tuning in.
Y'all sign up for R. Kelly summer
Every
camp.
Thursday night. No, not R. Kelly now.
We're gonna put him in front of this Magic City.
I also
Trapped in the playground.
All right. Good night, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be back next week. More co-ed conversation with Just Pr1ma, y'all. 8:30 to 10-ish. We appreciate DJ Reds with us tonight. It was traffic. It was a whole lot going on in our area tonight. I don't know what happened. Maybe somebody got hurt. Good night, y'all.
I must have reason.